Actually, I'm not attending today's session, so that's why I was asking.
Okay, Rudran. Let me know once when you all can see my screen.
It's visible now.
Thanks. We have created a portal that is MySP. This is our portal, and we have created this our custom widget. To edit this widget, press Ctrl right click and open it in widget editor. First of all, we will change some look and feel of this widget by using some bootstrap classes. Like on the top div, I will give panel. Will be our panel body. For panel body, we will add our panel heading. Heading, give some heading here, like okay. So we have panel, panel heading, panel body. Perfect. See and check it how it's work. See, we have some design changes here by using the bootstrap classes. This is a panel header. The whole widget is inside a panel class, then panel header, and this one is panel body. We can give coloring and other stuff by using these classes. Okay, so what we will do now, we will add some buttons here with using client script. Okay, in panel heading, we use this variable C as a controller. We can also use $scope for the same functionality. This will be our button text. To print the values from client script to HTML template, we will use these and directly type our controller and button text. Okay.
Varun, Praveen this side. Sorry to interrupt, but I just wanna understand. Can we directly write a button name within that markup?
Yes, we can directly write the button.
Okay. Okay, that's why I'm just out of curiosity. I'm just asking if you did this thing.
I will explain you why I'm using this name from client script.
Okay, okay, thank you.
So here is our button and text we have written in our client script. Okay, I will take one more. We will write a function on click of this button. C dot status not is equals to we will use this in HTML template as a ng click dot change function. Save and check what will happen. I think Praveen, now your point will be clear to you. That
Yeah, Varun, I got it. Why you just use that text in that client script? Yes, got it.
to print this text dynamically, it will change on click.
Okay. So Arun, one more question I just want to ask over here. The communication as you are showing, it is happening like client script to HTML, right?
Yes. Yes.
Is there any way if like in some kind of requirement we can have that communication in reverse like HTML to client script? Is there any way as we used to do in JavaScript like document dot print and all those things?
Yes, you can use ng model here.
Okay, okay, got it.
Okay, moving ahead, we have, so I have created this button to show or hide this list. On click of this button, it will show or hide or toggle this list. For this, we will write here in show seat.status. We have declared this value as false. What will happen here if seat.status value is true? Then it will show this. On loading the list is hidden, click on show list, it will show. Okay. Does anyone have any question in these steps, or we can move further? Okay. Now we'll use a bootstrap template form. So here we have created two input fields to get input from user. And what we'll do right now, we will take input from here and insert it in our incident table by using both client and server script. Okay. We'll have one more button. Using c.submit function here. c.server.update. This function is used to update values from client script to server script. Okay. First, we will print an alert and we are getting these values or not.
T is missing in alert.
It's working. We are getting values from HTML to client script. Okay, let me open server script. In server script, we will have all the values updated from client script in input. So I am writing if input, if we are having any input from client side, so this if statement will work. It is coming server script and it also inserted a incident.
Varun,
Yes.
uh, where to use C, where to use C dot data, where is to use input means I'm little confused. Input I can see you have used in server script only, but in client script you have used C and C dot data.
I will explain.
How was that? Identify?
So here our incident is created with the short description and description. Okay. So where to use C.data and where to use input. We use input only in server script. All the data we post from client script to server script from this C.server update, it will come in input. And the values we have transferred in server script, to transfer values in server script, we should use C.data. C.data then our variable name.
So it means the values from the HTML form is coming through C,
C
and
dot
then yeah, means that was C object, na? Through C
yes,
object, and then to transfer it to server we use C dot data.
C.data, correct.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Then to use it in server script, we use input dot and variable name.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay, our form is working. So in this widget, we have used client and server script communication and HTML to client script, then client script to server script. Okay. Any other question regarding this?
Yeah,
Anyone?
Praveen this side. So my question is, you have showed all the communication, but how we can communicate from server to client? Suppose that the record has been inserted. I want to acknowledge client that like the particular record has been inserted to a table. So I want to return an incident number or something in the client side. So from server to client. So how we can achieve the particular requirement?
For this, we will use here then function.
Okay. Yeah,
Then
yeah means it will return a promise. Is it right?
we can have our acknowledgement. Any other value we have to pass from server to script in this c.server.update then function.
Okay. Okay.
You can check docs of for this.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks. I will do that. Thank you.
Moving further, if you have any requirement to add another widget inside a widget, so how we can do that or how we can achieve that? So what I will do, I will add a form widget inside this our custom widget. Okay, we can do this in two ways, by using HTML template or by using server script. It's preferred to use server script method. In server script method, we can pass values to the widget. Name. sp.get widget. We can check the ID of that widget. ID is widget hyphen form. And we will pass some values in JSON. Sys ID. Incident. Okay. What we can do. There are three methods using HTML template, client script, and server script. We are using server script. So we will use this in our HTML. Widget. Click on save. Let's see what will happen. The form widget is embedded here. Okay, you can call any widget inside a widget. Now what we'll do, we will have two more buttons to show and hide form and widget. Close the server script and script. Show. Widget status. Okay. Save. show list. It is not coming. Something is gone wrong. We are not getting values in show list. False. I don't know why it is conflicting with
Varun,
this.
I think what I suspect when you click on the show widget now, so data object will reinitialize and it will remove all the previous value from init. So I think when you click show widget, the data object would be reinitialized and it will vanish all the previous value in it. I think that is my observation on this.
Okay. Anyways, so you guys understand how to communicate with between client script and server script, and how to transfer data from HTML to client script and server script. This is a very basic widget. So what you guys have to do, you guys have to check some of the out of the box widgets. Do we have Ankit with us? No. For practicing, you can create this type of widget with some enhancement, or you can use some out of the box widget and enhance it with some customizations. Okay. Do we have Somen? Somen, your question from yesterday,
Yes, Varun.
that how we can add columns in this list view.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a two way. One way is added the widget
Mm-hmm.
and add our custom fields. Or second
Okay.
thing is we can add our view here.
Okay.
So if we do not provide any view, it will take
Mm-hmm.
mobile view.
Okay.
If we add here view, see it will
Okay.
appear like,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Okay.
for
It is
this,
like same as the native view.
correct.
Okay. Okay.
So we have to modify this widget and
Mm-hmm.
click off this view all button.
Mm-hmm.
We will pass this view
Okay.
in the URL.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone has any other question regarding this or whole training?
Yes, Varun. Somin this side.
Yes, Omen.
Yeah. So, Varun, so the thing is, do you have any reference doc wherein we can take the reference of where we have to use all those default parameters which are available in client script and in server script?
Yes, I will share those links
Okay.
with all of you.
Okay. Okay.
I have some people have shared on web
Mm-hmm.
some cheat
Mm.
sheets for
Yes.
portal,
Yes. That
and
cheat
that will
sheet
be
kind of
helpful.
things. Yes. Yes. Okay. Thanks.
I will share those.
Okay.
Meanwhile, let's go to the labs. It's 15 service portal. How many of you guys completed these labs? Everyone has completed these labs.
Not yet.
Simple lab is done for me.
So I have given only simple labs. So we
Mm,
have after the simple, medium labs and advanced labs.
mm,
So try these labs. Maybe
yes.
in some of the labs there will be some conflict. Some of the
Mm,
things may not work because of the version of the instance. See, these labs are created 3 years ago. Some will work, some will not work. Okay, I will share this link as well. You guys first do simple labs, then medium labs, then advanced lab. Okay, on Monday we can have a doubt session for all the doubts. Until then, you can practice these labs. Okay, is it fine for everyone?
Sure.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, Varun.
Okay, so that's all enough from today's session. If anyone wants to share their experience of service portal or anything they have created or customized, they can share as well. Or I have asked Ankit to share some of his work. He has created some widgets. So on Monday session, we can discuss. Okay, thanks everyone for joining the session.
Thanks, Varun.
Hope you guys have learned something.
Thanks, Varun.
Thank you.
Thanks, Varun.
Thanks, Varun.